Yeah, I don't consider myself a podcaster yet, or at all, I should say. But like, you guys feel weird sharing things about yourself since we've been on We Have More Thoughts?
Q.
Like, is it tough?
I think it's definitely new for me. I would probably be the newest at it, even though, I do radio and sometimes I share stuff up there. But I think also having a visual of me and you can actually, it's a little weird for me sometimes. So I'm still getting used to it. Like you said, it still kind of feels weird sometimes, but I think it makes for better content when you do.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Alex? You've been at this for a minute.
It's like year 7. I done got in trouble every year of my life doing this shit.
Yep.
Sharing something you're not supposed to.
Oh my! I can't wait till you guys start getting in trouble.
Wow!
Look what he wants for us.
No!
Look what he wants.
I can't wait.
Look what he wants.
That's what friends are for. Right?
Yeah, of course. We all have to have the same shit experiences.
Yeah,
absolutely, sharing and plight.
Okay.
I've said a plethora of things on this podcast, even before we have more thoughts. That you'll say something, and to yourself when you say, you're like, "Oh, that was calm. That was safe. I'm good."
Whole time you
and it feels
out.
safe because you're up here like with the homies. You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
Nobody's here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna just say this, get my shit over. And it might be how you really feel, but then you watch it back or somebody else watches it back.
Yes, with different thoughts
and
on it.
And they say, what do you mean by that?
Like
Drewski voice, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Like you mean when you shared that you're Haitian through penetration?
I shared that
was
We
one
Have
of
More
the
Thoughts.
wildest ones.
And how you told us you are no longer a freak bull.
Yeah, after the Diddy situation.
Okay,
things of that nature.
Like, have you guys ever shared?
Yeah. But you know what, too? As a listener, right?
Okay.
Because we all enjoy pieces of content, right?
We
Outside of podcasts, things of that nature. We enjoy when people give the real.
Yeah.
And you can hear it when someone, like, maybe should not be saying something, but it's still just so entertaining for them to do so.
Like, it kind of forces relatability in a sense.
I was just about to say that. Not only, like, does it feel good to hear, but you'd be like, yo, me too. Like, a lot of times you'd be on the pod, you're like, yo, me too.
Okay.
So the listener probably got, yo, me too.
Me too. You know what I'm saying?
It might be some shit that, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a long text conversation after that.
Yeah. You ever had to share something about yourself that you liked that, you don't think most people would like? Like, even like, it don't have to, nothing crazy. It doesn't have to be anything crazy unless you want it to be crazy.
Yeah.
But like certain affinities that you have, like stuff that you like, maybe stuff you like to eat.
Yeah, something you like to watch, some shit that everybody not be. So I mean, the older I get, the more I stand in there. Like, yo, this is what I like to do. This is what I like. Fuck it. I might be nerding out sometimes and watching some Batman shit or some wrestling shit. And it's just like, it's what I like. You know what I'm saying? You just got to stand in it. And there's somebody out there that likes it too.
Absolutely. Ain't nobody going to judge me for 90 Day Fiance.
Nah, that's interesting.
That's good. Do you watch?
That's good TV.
Like, what about the my 600-pound?
I'm into all of that.
Oh, you like that shit.
All of that true life.
TLC.
What the fuck is going on?
You like reality.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
All of that type of shit.
You like a real life
I could
crash out.
I could roll up a J and watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy because like the reason why I was thinking of that is because for me the whole speaking on mic kind of thing.
Yeah, it's new.
It's definitely new, and like certain things, like I try to keep myself a little bit kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not ambiguous, but
a little interesting still.
Yeah, a little bit interesting. So
reserve that mystery.
I guess ambiguous wouldn't be the proper word.
Yeah,
but a little bit.
I don't even know what that one means. I thought you was going with ambitious. But
like when somebody's racially ambiguous, like just saying they can't tell what their race is.
Yeah. So I think it's weird.
Okay.
Because this episode, we might share some things, or have shared some things in the past,
and we'll continue to share.
It's not gonna stop.
Yeah. So back to like certain affinities, like. Let's go to the food items, right? So like, what food items do you guys like to eat, or that you eat that you can't understand for the life of you? Why do I like this?
Filet
it's
of
just
fish.
so good. Wait, what? Gefilte fish?
Gefilte
fish fillet.
Fish fillet.
Fillet of fish.
The McDonald's joint?
I still grab some of those.
How many?
You heard him.
If you can hear, right?
Let me get 17
And
orders of
they
fish
always
fillet.
giving them away. If you buy 2 fish fillet, you get 2
for one.
free.
That's how they
He
be
has
getting
4.
Yo, I be walking out of McDonald's, no fries, 3
Racked up.
fish fillets in
No
the bag.
fries.
No drink.
Crazy.
Just 3 fish fillets.
You still eat McDonald's fries?
Hell no. That's what I'm saying. No fries.
I mean, oh yeah, I guess fish fillet is only McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the fries though?
What? That's
They
the
make
worst
it with
thing.
meat.
Nah, they make it
even better. You thought I was going to stop
meat
something?
fry?
Yeah.
Nah, McDonald's.
They make it with meat. Good.
More flavor.
A meat fry? What the hell?
You never had a
What are we
glizzy?
talking about?
That's really what a glizzy is.
Yeah.
A glizzy is a meat fry.
It's a meat sandwich.
It's a big ass meat fry.
It's a big ass meat sandwich.
Yeah, we said meat like 20 times.
We wildin'.
We said meat 20 times before we said our names.
We wildin'.
McDonald's is the slums of fast food restaurants, bro.
So why they the richest?
Because they fill it with
Do
a
the
bunch of
math,
stuff
you.
that's not good for you that you like, that you don't know you eating. All those preservatives.
Costs less to make, but then they selling it for the high.
Yeah, but it's pure bullshit.
Like, even the fries, those is Idaho potatoes.
They're good. They taste good, but they're terrible. I think for me, the healthiest fast food restaurant, for personally, I think it's Burger King. Let's deconstruct the Whopper, right?
This nigga went around the
You got
corner.
the sesame seed bun, right?
Okay. They got that at McDonald's too.
They got the rounded top and then you got the flat bottom, so automatically it sits well on the plate, right? You got real lettuce.
Allegedly.
Right? Real, I think it's Kraft cheese, but the burger's a burger. It tastes like a real burger, right? Mm-hmm. And you got I love a tomato.
You never had a quarter pounder?
I love a tomato.
I love a tomato. A tomato, hate to see him coming.
Bro, hate to see me coming.
You never had a quarter pounder?
Yeah.
From McDonald's?
Yeah, I have like 100 years ago. Like,
all right, so wait.
Like, come on.
If Burger King is the healthiest,
for sure.
Where would you rank like Chick-fil-A?
Or Subway.
Well,
Because Chick-fil-A look kind of neat when I go in there. They got a nice little bun too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, they changed their recipe around. Like, I think the oils that they use now, even Chick-fil-A and what's the healthy joint?
Which one?
Chipotle.
Okay.
Chipotle definitely did something.
Because
I can't even eat that shit.
They did something. They did something.
So,
but Chick-fil-A, I'm still valid.
They did something.
But what kind of what they using for the oil? Like argan oil, tea tree oil?
I think it's more. I don't know the science. I saw it in passing, and I knew it tasted different.
Coconut oil.
Coconut. What's the oil?
It's a different oil. Like,
hey, we're gonna intro this in a second. But Chick-fil-A, you a Christian? They Christians over there.
I understand
you're
that.
supposed to be bigging them up.
Not all Christians are. You know what I mean?
Eat chicken.
You know what I mean?
I know. Hey y'all, welcome back to another installment of We Have More Thoughts. Man. I'm your host, A, as always, accompanied by some distinguished men to the right of me.
Yo, it's P. What's up? I think I'm gonna always start off on a high note, right?
Shit. Yeah, you scared.
So let's go. Let's do it. What's up, Q?
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit more monotone. What's up, y'all? It's Q. Peace and love. You know what I mean? I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Super glad to be here.
I'm gonna just stay on 10 the whole time.
We need balance. We need balance.
Yeah. I'm glad you actually kind of steered us to food.
Okay.
Because I need you guys' help in understanding certain things in this lifetime. Now, this one thing, this food item, it was nothing that really attracted me as a child.
To your youth as a children?
Not to my youth, not to my adulthood now.
Never in life.
But I'd be remiss to say that I'd be a fool to act as if people don't herald it the way they do.
Champion it.
They champion it. They love it.
Okay.
They talk highly about it. They use it with everything. Mm-hmm. Flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh.
What is the science? What is the love trance? What is the spell? There we go. We got it.
Spell. That's a great word.
What is the spell?
Yeah.
And I don't want to just put this on the black community.
Nah, it's not just us.
I won't just put that on the black community because I'm realizing like a plethora of races truly enjoy flaming hot Cheetos.
It's a nationwide epidemic.
It's definitely a nationwide epidemic, and I'm trying to understand why that is. What is it? What is it about flaming hot Cheetos got everybody in such a frenzy? They use it on everything, mukbangs. This poor young lady.
Oh, the mukbang.
I seen her do a mukbang.
With the
stuffed her face with
She took a chicken strip, had a bag of crushed up flaming hot Cheetos, and dipped that motherfucker in there.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen
She
that.
marinated the chicken tender in flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
Did they touch the crab legs yet? Or not yet?
She did it with the crab leg too. Yes,
you know
the same lady.
Other than
the same lady, bro.
I think it's the crunchiness of whatever you dip it into. Like everybody loves a crunch. Like some people's palates like the crunch taste, and if it's savory like a hot Cheeto, flaming hot Cheeto, I think it just adds more
of a
pizzazz and a kick to like what you're eating. But if you want the science, I got the science. I got the ingredients right here.
Please,
you? How many ingredients is inside of it?
41 ingredients. In a serving of flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh, they got ya.
Yeah.
If it takes 41 ingredients
to make a chip,
to make a chip,
they got y'all.
Is wrong.
They got y'all.
It's good as heck, but it's wrong, right?
Yeah.
41 ingredients.
I'm not
just
even
work through
these,
some of them. I know you can't pronounce some of them because them joints be wild.
Listen, he just called me dumb.
No. I'm gonna see how
That's the most polite way to call somebody dumb. He was like, "Yo, you don't know words."
Yo, nigga say, "Yo, hey, yo, I know you don't know that word, but try your best.
Try your best, go ahead." ISO on him.
ISO.
Enriched cornmeal, ferrous sulfate, lysine, thiamonotrate, right? Damn. Riboflavin, folic acid, vegetable oil. So I'm gonna skip all of these to go down to go down to the colors, right? Wrong. Red 40 Lake.
I knew that. I knew it was the red C4 in that motherfucker. I was gonna say that.
Yellow 6 Lake, regular yellow 6, and yellow 5 food colorings. Okay. Again, those are just a few of the 41 different flavors, right?
Yeah.
And now I think you're wondering why did I just go to the colors, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's red as fuck.
Yeah.
Nah, it is red.
I think I know where you're going with this too.
So I saw a post that said, and they used Doritos as the same color, and they also mentioned. So some people in the comments mentioned Flamin' Hot Cheetos. It says scientists use food dye found in Doritos to make see-through mice.
Excuse me?
And
it just fucked me up.
What the fuck you mean a see-through mice?
A see-through mice, right? So everybody buckle in, get yourself a little snack. I'm about to read something, right?
They ain't gonna tell them get a snack.
Other than Doritos or Flamin' Hot Cheetos, right?
I'm scared.
Stanford researchers have managed to make live mice partially transparent using a common food dye called, this is one of the words.
Nah, you had it.
Tart resin.
You got it, resin.
Nah, it's not resin.
Oh, okay.
TARTRAZINE. Yo, you call me stupid? Tart resin. All right, I'm gonna skip this.
I'm gonna go like tartazine.
Tartazine, right?
Yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah.
The same dye found in Doritos and other processed foods like Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Damn.
So let me get this correct.
Yeah.
Because I done seen Fantastic Four. So you saying the mice is see-through, like transparent when they use the food coloring?
Yep.
Like you can see through the nigga organs?
Yep. So
it's probably that yellow 30 he was telling us about.
It's the coloring.
Yeah.
It's the dye. It says by applying a simple solution of this yellow dye, again,
He was right.
tartrazine or tartrazine, it's yellow in color. Yep. This yellow dye to the rodent's skin, scientists were able to visualize internal organs like the liver and even observe the beating heart without the need for invasive procedures. And then they're going through this whole thing by saying, hey, maybe one day we can try this on humans to find less invasive procedures as to how to diagnose or treat ailments in humans.
Tell you right now, the last thing you niggas is going to do is rub some of that yellow shit on me to see my heartbeat. That's the last thing y'all going to do on me.
You think about it, like a little Cheeto juice on the skin, it could save a life, bro.
Save a life.
Never looked at it like that.
It's the new X-ray.
Yeah.
And the new X-ray.
Non-invasive.
X-ray. And like the other thing too, for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
As a kid, you don't know any better.
Right.
You're not really focused on like, hey, is this healthy or not?
Nah.
All you're focusing on is, hey, is this good or is it not?
Or is it not good? Yeah.
So in the hot Cheeto family, right? The one item that had a chokehold on me were it's called Andy Cap's hot fries.
Oh,
have you ever been to a bodega, a New York bodega or the tri-state area, a bodega in the tri-state area?
Hot fries.
You see these hot fries? Bruh.
Used to make your stomach hot too, boy.
Bruh, it's like the Capri Sun of fries.
You know they discontinued Capri Sun.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
There was shit floating around in there.
Yeah, that little pouch.
We should have known.
Because you could never have one.
You could never have one. You could never see what was in the juice.
Yeah, that's why I used to like the Kool-Aid pouch because they had the C4 on the back.
On the back, you could see it.
Yeah, they had the C4 yellow on the back,
C4 yellow,
so you could see through it. Exactly.
And how it tastes like strawberry. I know, not to go off the tangent, but how a drink tastes like strawberry, kiwi, or whatever the case is, and it's clear.
Nah, he cooking.
We getting down to the
ain't no red strawberry.
Hey,
yeah,
we getting down to the science.
No kiwi hair on it.
No kiwi,
zero.
Because the kiwi hairy as hell.
Yeah,
that shit like a nut. My bad.
All right.
Nah, my bad.
That went left.
I know, my bad. Yo, that's on me. That's on me.
Pardon me.
That's on me, y'all.
So you feel like the combination of all those ingredients is what everybody in a chokehold?
I think in the case of the hot fries, for sure.
Jesus Christ. Sure. I want to just understand, because for me, it's more like, dog, I get it. We all have our snacks that we love, but when it comes to flaming hot Cheetos, even the way they've incorporated into other fast food brands, like I feel like I've seen a flaming hot Cheeto at Taco Bell or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, they got
right?
the
Gordita Crunch?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
The Supreme. It might be the Supreme one.
I bet it is.
Supreme Crunch, yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there like, what is the fascination? What is it?
I'm telling you, I think it's the...
that heat?
The heat and the... There's a word for it. It's the heat and the... I guess the amalgamous of flavors and the crunch, the taste.
It's doing something to the taste buds. It's activating the taste buds in a certain type of way.
That is crazy. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for our weekly science lesson.
And it's been in rap bars too.
Really?
Yeah.
What they said?
Hood nigga, hot Cheetos, what I snack gone.
I forgot about that shit.
I forgot about that.
That's a hood staple. A hood is not a hood without a hot fry.
That's a fucking fact. Wow. All right, man. Thank you for that, Pierre. I really appreciate that.
Of course.
Yeah, that was good.
Yo, monitor what you eat. Make sure you're reading the labels, the nutritional facts, because it could look like one serving and wind up it's 3.
It's to a point now where I'm just telling people to just start fasting, like intermediate fasting.
Water.
Right? Just have moments in a month or throughout your year where you're just resetting.
Yeah,
where
it's true.
Because we're going to have it regardless.
For sure.
This should be in a lot of the things we
everywhere.
like. Yeah, it's mass. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even understand until it's in your body.
I got the science behind fast too. This might actually be a science pod.
Let me hear it.
Real quick.
Let me hear it.
When you fast, one of the benefits of fasting, obviously, other than weight loss, and I think sometimes it helps out with brain fog, is what's happening internally is it's killing off the dead cells and the parasites that are in your body, because the body loves to eat or survive off of glucose or sugar. So anything that's like a dead cell or whatever the case is, the body flushes that all out of your system while you're fasting. One thing I like to do is, if I'm ever in a fast or in a fasted state, I like to eat papaya, more specifically
the seeds.
Yep, the seeds, and not crunch it, because it helps attach the bad parts of the cell that are in your digestional tract and in your system, and excretes them through your poop. So
science.
There's a lot of things, and too, the last thing I'll say about it, about fasting and stuff like that, is when your body is in a depleted state, your systems work more efficiently.
Right.
So fasting helps with that.
Gotta keep your body on point.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I'm going to take a quick turn real quick.
That was my TED Talk.
No, that was a great TED Talk.
A little science.
Yeah. We're going to get into some science within some music real quick. Before we go there, I kind of want to just talk to you guys about just some people real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember being in college and sociology was so laughed at, right? Like people who majored in it got laughed at.
What you gonna do with that?
What you gonna do with that? What you going? And salute to all the sociology majors and things
I
of
was about
that
to
nature.
say, you talking about yourself?
No, I didn't. I didn't do that. I might have had a class.
All right, Porky.
Fuck out of here. I didn't do that, nigga.
Okay.
I might have had a class or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was a dope class because it really makes you try to understand people some more. And I wanted to ask you guys if, because this has happened to me.
Okay.
Have you ever dealt with people who were being strategic with you while you were being genuine with them?
Yeah.
I'll go a little bit further, right? Where it's like, when you meet somebody or you have somebody you're dealing with, you're talking to, not even romantically, it could be platonically.
Yeah.
You can just have the most innocent approach and thoughts and how you're dealing with them. And then the whole time, that individual is actually scheming on their interaction.
Yep.
I want to know if you guys have been through that. Yeah.
I've definitely been through that. And like you said, it doesn't have to be relationship based. It could be male, female, it could be male to male, just any type of human interaction. And I'm very I think my antennas are up now to genuine interaction, genuine energy, and like, wait, you trying to, you got a plan on what you're trying to do. And I've seen it happen personally amongst like friend groups, even with myself. It's just like, you're doing something just because you want something out of me, not because you genuinely want to do this, but you want it in return. So it's like you almost giving me this energy just so I can bounce it right back to you,
right? As
opposed to just doing it because that's how you really feel.
Exactly.
And I don't like shit like that.
I
like,
hate
don't
like
try
that.
and scheme me. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to do that, just come to me with on more of a business approach. Like, yo, Q, let's work some shit out. Let's do this. Let's do that. As opposed to just faking it. And then when you don't get it back, now you mad at me like I did something, but I thought you was being genuine. Maybe I didn't genuinely have that feeling to return to you. Maybe I can return it in a different type of way, but you want it in the exact type of way you gave it to me because you had a plan.
Because you had a plan. Pierre, where you at with it? That's great.
I love that. Like it comes off disingenuous.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Like I've kind of experienced moments like that.
Yeah.
And you know, in kind of like the work field.
How do you navigate?
I think the way I do it is, you know, I just tell myself, you know, everyone's looking for a play, and like everyone's looking for like the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, at the end of the day, I can't control what other people do. The only thing that I can control is what I do, and you know, just the person of who I am.
Yeah.
So my outlook on it is like, all right, you know, take it for what it's worth. And like you always tell us, Alex, like, yo, you got to know people. So
yeah, gotta know you're dealing with.
If you know the person that you know you're talking to is this type of way, you know, just kind of move accordingly. Sometimes it could benefit, but at the end of the day, anytime you go into an interaction with another human being,
right,
and it's disingenuous or like it's ulterior, you have an ulterior motive, then like you got to check yourself, but also like, yo, there's nothing wrong with just being a regular person.
It's not.
You know,
it's not.
Like, you know, have your interests, but be a regular person.
Yeah, I got some. Yeah. On the flip side of that, have you ever been that person on the other side?
Good question. Yeah.
Where you sizing somebody up like, yo, if I get next to him, if I get next to her, maybe they could get me over here. We could do this, this, and that. She might be the plug. He might be the plug. Have y'all ever went into that situation? It was like, yo, if I get next to this dude, we get a little cool.
Yeah.
I might get what I need.
I feel like I've had those thoughts, but really the type of person I am, Q, whatever serves me is gonna serve me.
For sure.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. And I've had to learn that the hard way over the years.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, internally and even in real life as well. But I've realized over the years, man, what is to be is really gonna be.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring this up to you guys is because I really try to be as genuine as possible when interacting with people.
For sure.
Real talk. Even if you might want to work with someone one day, there's another side of scheming and plotting too. Like when they see you and you're just maybe just being a very happy and nice person, and they're trying to take energy within that.
Yeah,
you know
they're trying to pull from you.
They're trying to pull from you, right?
Okay.
And it's like, damn, me just being my happy-go-lucky self. I'm over here just thinking I'm being genuine, I'm being cool. Whole time, this motherfucker is trying to take some sauce.
It's the Space Jam joint when they was stealing the powers.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then they had everything in Mike's drink. They trying to take A's drink.
Taking your mojo.
Trying to take that mojo,
Okay.
You know what I mean? And this is going to lead us to our next conversation because rap groups.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you guys if super prominent, talented artists take a hit. Does their success take a hit? And this is going to lead into what Q wants to talk about, folks.
Yeah.
I want to know if their career and success takes a hit if they bring on a really good talent. Like somebody that's super talented, right?
Yeah.
Q, go ahead and tell people what you want to talk about. I think it goes hand in hand.
I think it does go hand in hand. So I wanted to talk a little bit about label imprints.
Right.
An artist signing to an artist that's already established. And I feel like we've seen this a lot in the rap game.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's also a double-edged sword. So I want to start out with a couple of labels, some artists that may still be on the label or previously on the label, just so we get a gist of what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'll start out with Travis Scott. Everybody's familiar with Travis Scott. Label is Cactus Jack, right? Obviously, that's a subdivision of whatever label he's under, but we're just going to go with Cactus Jack, right? And I'll name you some artists. Sheck West, Don Toliver spent some time on there. Sofago, if I'm saying that correctly.
Sofago, yep.
And I believe Smoke Perp was also on there at a time as well. So obviously, Travis Scott is the mega superstar, right? So Travis Scott is always going to be Travis. He got the sneaks. He got everything, the clothing.
The McDonald's meal.
The McDonald's and everything, right? But does Travis have enough time to pour in to these artists? Sheck West had one album. We don't really hear from Sheck West like that. And I liked Sheck West music.
Yeah, no,
like
facts.
He was somebody that I was...
Energy music.
And the creativity of it. There was a lot of creativity of it. And he was from the Harlem area. So it's like, it was a hometown feel. Obviously, Don Toliver is probably the one that's sticking out because he's still doing his thing. Right. So I feel like there might be one artist that hits from that group. But I want to stay here for a second.
Okay.
When Travis Scott got into that situation with the performance where unfortunately some people got hurt, I think somebody lost their life.
I think it was 9, it might have been 9 fatalities.
Right.
Had some fatalities.
So now everything is slowing down for your big homie. I'm signed to you.
Right.
Where does my career go? So now I'm almost stuck. I'm really dependent on how you behave every single time you step out the house, because if you get canceled, I'm cooked.
Yes.
Right? It's less likely if I'm signed to if I'm actually signed to the label, a Warner, a Universal. Universal ain't really getting canceled.
Yeah.
Warner ain't really getting canceled, but the artist has a good opportunity for something to happen. And I'm gonna give you 2 more examples, and I'm gonna let y'all cook up. The other one I wanted to go to is One Umbrella, which is Tory Lanez. Everybody familiar with Tory Lanez? We know the situation.
Pierre is very aware.
Yeah.
It's my guy.
I like Tory too. I'm a big fan of Tory's music
we like
as well.
Tory.
So we know the situation with Tory. Obviously, he's locked up, right? So some of the artists that were on there: Yoko Gold, Marsa, Poppy Ure, Nice B, VVS Ken. VVS Ken was somebody that was actually,
he was good.
I was paying attention to him right before all that stuff was going on, right?
So,
And I don't know if he's out of my algorithm or what, because things do change, but I haven't really heard much from him. And if I'm misinformed, chop me up in the comments.
There's a girl on I forget her name.
Melly?
Melly?
Yes.
Melly was one.
Yep. So again, something happened with Tory. Now, where does your career go? Because Tory was fish grease, peak pandemic. He's going live. He's got the joint that he's doing, and he's hotter than he's ever been. Something happens. Now you might be cooked, right?
Yeah.
And the last one I wanted to go to is Dream Chasers. Really quickly, can anybody tell me anybody that's signed to Dream Chasers?
Oh my God.
No, we know Meek Mill. Who was signed to Meek Mill?
Oh my God. I knew one cat.
And A's really good with music. So when he does, oh my God, I knew one cat, he's stuck. P, do you have somebody?
All this Meek Mill hate.
Right
is that hate?
It's not hate.
No, it's not hate. We love Meek.
That's why I'm spreading this around to different artists. This is not a Meek Mill attack.
Sure you said,
Meek, I fuck with you. I seen what happened up here. I am not on that.
He said it was not me.
I fuck with you. And I went to school in Philly, so I was with you with Flamers 1 and 2 and all that. So peace to you. This is not an attack on anybody. I just want to point something out.
No, you're right.
Can y'all name anybody on Dream Chasers?
I got to look it up. I know he just recently signed one new young bull. I'm forgetting his name, but you're right. I cannot think of the entire imprint.
I know he was more tapped into Philly artists, right?
Yep. So some of the names that were on here, Lil Snoop that actually passed away, rest in peace. Y'all remember Cowboy?
Cowboy, yes. I remember that. C-A-L boy. Cowboy,
Cowboy and Vori, and there was a domestic situation that happened with Vori.
Yes.
So I just wanted to those 3 out. If y'all have other label imprints and some examples that y'all want to give, but I just wanted to open up the conversation. Is it a good idea as an artist that's trying to pick up some steam and you feel like you might idolize a Meek Mill, you might idolize a Travis Scott, and it seems like a good idea to sign to them, but is it really a good idea?
Yeah, I think like what you mentioned before about both to answer that question and the one you stated before about have you ever been like strategically next to somebody for, just to chart or just to like gain something from them? I think in the artist sense, if I'm signed to, let's say Q and Alex, y'all got a poppin' label and I'm signed to it. God forbid you guys, do something that would look, disfavorable to the label. I think as long as I can put out good music, people will always gravitate towards good music, right? If I don't put out good music and the whole time, I was really, getting everything off from you, and I've never been in the trenches to develop myself while I was under you, then it's much harder, and I would think it's a much steeper hill to climb. Because I've never been, I've never had to flex those muscles in a sense of, like let me just put in the work. But again, if I'm putting out good music and I have a strong sense of what my core fan base likes, to hear from me, and I'm not afraid to, experiment with different sounds, not too crazy, but enough to where my people and my fan base still gets a lot out of me. I think, the sky is always the limit.
You feel like you can still survive.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the artist who gets signed has to be undeniable.
For sure.
This is why I asked you to start this whole topic, right? Is it possible for someone who's really successful with music to bring someone else on, right? Because I think the anomalies we've seen have been like Young Money, right?
Yeah.
Like Lil Wayne was at the top of his game.
I like that because that's like the generation before this, right? So that's like I wouldn't say the forefathers, but just a generation before this.
Right, before those, and you're right. And we were able to see the dynamics between the group, right? Like, all right, cool. Wayne been the guy, but damn, Nicki's a star too. Oh shit, not just Nick. Drake's a star too. And I think that's the biggest thing. Drake and Nicki Minaj were undeniable talents. Let's go to The Weeknd and Drake, OVOXO, right? I think the whole reason why The Weeknd was even able to separate from Drake was his talent. He's so undeniable that you don't necessarily have to be bigger than the person that signed you, but you have to be so undeniable that we could take this talent anywhere. And I feel like a lot of these artists, unfortunately, feel like these people that sign them are their saviors. So even though they might have their own music,
that's a good point.
Right? But they don't have
really need that cosign.
Yeah, exactly. They really need that cosign because the talent just isn't as immersive enough.
Like a Caribou. And Yachty situation.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong though. I think it's pretty difficult in it all, right?
For sure.
Even when we go back to Travis Scott, I think the reason why Cactus as an imprint isn't working right now is because he's such a massive star.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, I'm going like, if I want to be the guy in the group who started this, who funded this, who's doing everything, not only do I have to take a bit of a step back, but I do think my career has to take a bit of a hit. I do. I kind of do believe that.
So
you know,
you don't think you could do both at the same time?
Not at the highest of levels. Even with Wayne handing the torch to Drake, it was a transitionary period.
It was.
It wasn't like, yo, Drake is super at the top of his game and Wayne is still number one. Nah, it went from Wayne got locked. All right, cool. Drake seems to be the new guy now at that position.
Let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Let me do my thing.
Okay. Can we stay at OVO for a second?
Yeah.
Would you consider Party Next Door an undeniable talent?
For sure.
That is a great,
I definitely would.
Great point. I would call him an undeniable talent.
Yeah.
And do you feel like he's reached his potential while under the OVO label?
Absolutely not.
I don't think he's reached his potential sales-wise, but I do think talent-wise he's reached his potential. Yeah. The problem is, though, right, when Drake is so immersive, like it's Drake, even the other people on OVO, right, Division.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Divisions and the Party Next Doors, these are talented acts right here.
Yeah.
But I do think being under that umbrella is difficult. It's tough.
Yeah. And we don't always see or hear about. We hear about it a little bit, but the actual like business behind it.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's a great point.
And thwarts, the talent from progressing.
Thank you. And that's my whole. Pierre, that
means. Yeah, that was good.
It's that right there. What you said? You said it was the business,
like,
right?
We don't always see the business behind,
and that's
how to make the.
And that's why I feel like the Travis Scotts, the Lil Waynes, the Drakes, they have to take a step back because the business won't allow for this next undeniable act to really go to where they're supposed to go,
right?
Unless you do that.
And I feel like too, artists, more in particular rappers, are so competitive by nature.
Yeah.
If I sign somebody and they get as popping as me, I feel like we all see it for whatever reason. They become, so big together that they start to beef.
Yeah.
Or like they want to, split ways and part ways. And I think, again, you could always go further together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to stay there on the beef part because sticking with labels and everything like that. Didn't we see that with MMG, with Wale and Meek?
Yeah.
Right? They were both MMG, right? Yo, you didn't post my album. I posted your album.
I remember that.
It's competitive, right? A little bit. They want to be the top person that's under Ross.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, I got two people that I signed that are both very talented, both have mainstream hits, but they not really getting along. And it could mess up the team also. So you got to make sure people that's on your rosters is also getting along and you pushing people equally.
You're
because
right.
Wale and Meek, they're not too far apart talent-wise, right? You can push both of them equally and it don't feel like a loss. So you got to make sure you're putting enough into each artist. And that can be hard. If I'm Travis Scott, if I'm Rick Ross, do I have time to manage all this and still be me?
I would have to take a step back.
Yeah. You have to. It's tough.
Feelings get into that too. Because imagine being at a meeting and, you're the head and you're saying, look, I'm going to push this person because like, here are all the metrics for why this makes sense for the label.
Exactly.
It's hard for the other person to not get their feelings tied into it without, understanding like, cool, it's his time now.
Yeah.
I'm up next.
Yeah.
But even though me being up next is not always a guarantee, I think as long as you got a healthy sense of competition,
absolutely,
you won't see that as a slight.
Absolutely. Or maybe you kind of do it one by one, right? Like, I love what Brent Faiyaz is doing right now. He has a few people signed to ISO Supremacy, but the person he's putting his focus on is Tommy Richmond. We haven't even, since Tommy Richmond has been a thing, since he did the whole Billboard thing, Brent took a step back.
True. That's a very good example.
He took a step back. And I think it's helping Tommy.
Yeah.
Because now we can put the money, the attention, the preparation into you. And I don't think Brent stops there, but hey, you know what? Let's mold out Tommy some more.
For sure.
Right? And then when Tommy's well on his own, fuck. If I want to get back into my shit, I'll do it.
Right.
But let's bring the next person up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So in that fray, right?
Yeah.
If you're Brent, what are you doing in that time frame? Like, are you working on new stuff that when you come out,
absolutely,
you know, bring the level up, or like, what do you think?
I'm working on new stuff.
Okay.
I'm working the artist, and most importantly, I'm putting the money and love into the team.
Yeah.
Because Brent is undeniable.
For sure.
He's not going nowhere.
And I got something else to that too. Yeah. You're already Brent, right? So you don't have to put all your eggs into the music basket, right? Something that I noticed Brent is doing right now is partnerships. He's got something going on with Adidas. He's got something going on over here. He's got something going on over there. So while people are not familiar with Tommy Richmond, maybe face-wise, where he can't get an Adidas deal or a partnership deal, I'm Brent Faiyaz. People like my style. People like the way I dress. He did something with BBC.
Yep.
Right? So he can take some of the eggs out the music basket and go over here and be like, yo, I'm gonna get into my fashion bag. I'm gonna get into this bag. I'm gonna let Tommy cook up on the music side.
Sure. Exactly.
Because people know when Brent dropped, he don't got to do too much, right? Yeah. People are gonna listen. So he's gonna get the money over here. You hold down the Billboard shit, because Tommy Richmond was on Billboard charts this entire summer.
Absolutely.
Right? And Brent is cooking up over here. Now when we come back together, people know who Tommy Richmond is.
I still made more money.
Y'all already know who I was. And I did a little extra shit on the side where I didn't have to exhaust myself just doing music.
That is a great point.
That's a good point.
And I think that's why they're succeeding so well.
Yeah, they cooking.
Like, what? Tommy Richmond had a top 10 Billboard hit.
Yeah.
If I'm Brent and one of my first artists made a top 10
I'm
Billboard.
going to BBC to make some hoodies. I'm chilling. I'm walking around Paris. Like,
I'm chilling.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
then it comes down to like, what kind of artist are you, right? Like, are you an artist that truly wants to help people back to doing things for genuine reasons, right?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
We saw what happened with Yachty and Caribou already, right?
Yeah.
But you got to go into a group knowing, okay, I have to remove my ego from this because I want this group of people to grow and for this to flourish correctly.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, to Q's whole point that we're having this conversation, the imprint won't work.
Yeah, group dynamics. That's
It's very tricky. Or you could be putting a lot of money into your label and you're not getting the kickback, or the people that's overhead. If it's a Def Jam, it's a Universal.
Exactly.
That budget is not coming in. Now you got just people sitting on the shelf because they signed you and they might have some heat that they want to drop. But like you said, the business side of it, it just won't allow it. So
the paperwork.
It gets tricky.
It gets tricky. I would say, last question on this, should people sign the imprint still?
You can go ahead.
I would say no. And we've seen a good track history of like, yo, if you really popping and you're really talented, you might be able to gain some steam on your own. And there could be a better route than signing to somebody that's signed to somebody. Because Cactus Jack is not an independent label. It's a subdivision of a subdivision, right? So it's like, if I'm going to do that, why don't I just build myself up, come up with a name for my own shit, you know what I'm saying? And see if I can get a partnership deal, if I can go rock with Steve Stout, you know what I'm saying? Like there's people that are making ways that it makes sense. So the short answer, I would say no. I would say try and build it up yourself. You can still idolize the people and want to work with them, but you don't necessarily have to sign on the dotted line. And it could be tough because if I'm in the room with somebody that I idolize, like, oh shit, that's Travis. Like, and he fucking with my shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign with him. I'm gonna go on tour with him, but it's just like, might go on 1 or 2 tours, but when it slows down, it can slow down.
Like, you just kind of remind me of Four Bats. With OVO and Drake. But personally, I think if you need the cosign, cool, go ahead. You know, if it makes sense for you at the time, cool. If your play is, hey, like, you know, help me just, you know, get started off. And then, like, at some point, I'm gonna just go into my own, or, you know, be a little bit more independent. Then it would make sense as long as you have a game plan. But if there's no game plan and your game plan is to ride on the coattails of X person, then I think that's a tricky thing to just maneuver through. Yeah. And two, I kind of like the idea of the whole like you know, doing it on your own because of the innovation of the internet. Yeah. Like there's more than one way to get your sound out there. You don't necessarily always have to be, you know, again, on the coattails of somebody else and, you know, looking for that cosign. Like again, if your music is good, you got a good fan base and you know how to galvanize that fan base, I think the sky is always the limit. Yeah. Personally, I'll say this. If I was an artist right now, I would only sign to an imprint if I was the only signee. Okay. And if I had some clarification on where the label and imprint was going, i.e., I remember MMG when Meek, Wale were making the money for the entire imprint, and maybe cats like a Rocky Fresh or a Gunplay
or a part of it, but maybe the efforts and interest was put towards a Meek and Wale.
Yeah. And don't forget about Maybach O.
And can't forget about Maybach O.
I don't even remember.
Fuck around.
Remember when Mario was
my new lady said she leaving me. Come on now.
Oh, okay.
Fuck her, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember like those people were at the forefront of that group.
Okay.
Which could get weird for group dynamics now because the group know who making money.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, they know.
The group know, right? The group knows who's the popular one amongst them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, though, if that thing is not equal, it's bound to crash and burn. Unfortunately,
it could be a rocky road.
It could be a rocky road.
You're saying, as long as you can feel the attention is more on you, and it's not.
I ain't signing a no imprint if it's another nigga on there.
Okay.
Give me
even if you're the hottest one.
Yes.
I know
because that could change.
I know what it is,
What's up?
It's that only child shit coming out again.
That's a fact, bro.
It is.
See?
Child shit coming out again.
You want it to be all about you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can't always. I mean,
at least give me a runway and give me the potential to make it all about me, right?
Okay.
Because let's say this, right? Let's say I'm the first person they signed to this group. Mm-hmm. And I bring so much revenue, so much ad dollars. Yeah. I'm killing.
Okay.
All right, cool. Maybe the person that signs me goes, maybe I don't need to sign 3 more people.
You could just take off like that.
Maybe I can just put my priority on this person. Okay. You know what I mean? At least give me that shot, that chance, the opportunity.
Yeah, I feel that.
I would hate.
But that's from your perspective.
For sure. This is just me.
Because if I'm the label, right? I can't. I could scale better with if it's not just you.
Yeah.
Like if I have the clear, capability to make a
if
star.
A don't hit, I need somebody else in that roster that can step up.
Yeah, that way you diversify, what you have.
Or what if A get arrested for that shit he be doing outside the pod? You know what I'm saying? Then we need somebody else.
That makes sense.
That's the first time. Again, we all know Alex, and for those who don't know, Alex obviously is an only child. Yeah. But Q, this is the first time I've seen his only child like so glaring.
I'm an only child too, so I recognize it.
He identified with me.
We be connecting on it, so I seen the only childness coming out, and I was resonating with it.
I'm in between two. I'm the baby. I'm in between two.
Because we can take the rap group shit into like having family members and having siblings, right?
Yeah.
There's always gonna be a favorite. I don't care what y'all tell me out there. I don't care, even though I'm an only child and I shouldn't speak to it. There will always be a favorite.
Yeah. And in your case, you are always the favorite.
Always.
And Q, you are always the favorite.
I always get the best Christmas gift because it's only me.
We're giving Christmas gift.
And we get the leniency, we get the grace, we get the opportunity, the patience, and the time to do what we need to do. You know what I mean?
As as a baby, I can relate.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get special treatment sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Pierre, they used to beat you in there?
What? I used to get ass whoopings out the... Yo, I was bad as a kid. Yo, bro. Yo, I was so bad.
Mr. Health Science, man?
Mr. Health Science. Yo, God is good, man. I tell you what else is good. Ass whoopings. God and ass whoopings are good.
Both beneficial.
Really?
Both beneficial.
Both beneficial, yeah.
As a kid, it's funny you bring up the ass whoopings.
I got you.
Marlon Wayans, he had an interview with Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, Unk. And in that same interview, Marlon had mentioned that pretty much his parents beat his ass, like not like to the point of abuse, but like
a good servant.
Yeah, a good servant. Like
you got some licks.
Yeah, his parents definitely didn't spare the rod, and as a way to wean him, because again he is the baby of the family. Yeah. And sometimes he said he needed some guidance.
Good word.
And guidance in the form of a belt, right? Mm-hmm. So my question to you guys
that belt will guide you. Yeah.
I'll will it. Mm-hmm. Yo, real quick.
Think about the guidance.
Yo, bro, when I tell you ass whooping saved my life, bro,
I feel that.
Hey,
it made me respect, my elders, and it made me just a better human because, again, I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I would just get suspended, fighting a lot.
Yeah. Stupid bullshit.
Stupid stuff, right? Yeah. As a growing man, right? A young adult, I should say, into a man. And I just think it served me well. Mm-hmm. So my question to you guys is, dang, I got so many, like I got a flash of ass whoopings that I've had.
That's trauma.
A little PTSD.
Yeah, that's trauma rushing down.
Yo, bro, you ever had an ass whooping? I'm gonna just go over real quick. Yeah. You ever had an ass whooping so bad that you went to sleep afterwards?
No, I never did the sleep, but I threatened to run away.
And you was one of those?
Yeah, I was.
You packed your bag?
Yeah, it's just me too, so you're gonna miss me. So you shouldn't have did that.
That's the worst.
You shouldn't have hit me the way you hit me.
Now I'm out.
No, you shouldn't have done whatever you did to deserve the woman.
Yo, all right. So it's a lot to unpack it. I'm gonna try and get through it quick just for time purposes, right?
Yeah.
So yes, I do believe in ass whoopings. I do think they could be beneficial, and I think that's kind of like a dying thing in today's generation because I guess there's gentle parenting and things like that. I'm not a parent yet, so I'm not sure, but I think that's the proper word for it. But coming up as an only child, I did get ass whoopings, and I felt like I turned out all right. Like it did keep me with the belt, with a hanger, with the nearest object.
Switch. They hit me with a switch
not to an abuse standpoint, but just to get you right.
Like a little pow-pow.
A little pow-pow or a big pow-pow, depending what I did, right? So the one when I wanted to run away, it was actually my dad. He really... Yeah, he gave me a good one.
He showed you he was your father. He showed you who he was your
strength.
father.
We missing a part. What did you do?
Nah, that ain't important.
So to be see-through like the yellow C4 that we talked about earlier.
Okay, good callback.
Yeah, I wasn't doing the best in school, right? It was that time I hit puberty. The girls was giving me a little attention. I had the waves and everything. I thought I was the man. I didn't think I was the man.
Yeah.
I was the man.
Okay.
Come on. You knew who you was.
I knew who I was. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was slacking in homework, and I've always been a great student. You know what I'm saying? I was slacking in homework, and it was to the point that they was telling me I might not graduate 8th grade.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And my dad laid into my ass, boy, like a good one.
Okay. Learned you up good.
Yeah, I was so upset. Yeah, I ain't speak to him for dumb long. Me and my dad are really close. I ain't speak to him. Like I wanted to run away. Like, I really wanted to run away. I'm like, yo, there's no way we can talk after this. After that beating you gave me. But it got me right.
For sure.
Right.
I might have felt all of that, but you know what I knew what I had to do? Get these grades right.
Yeah, for
sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna graduate 8th grade. And I think nobody wants to be abused.
No.
But I think there is a lane for that. There's a good balance for ass whooping.
I'll give you guys some pushback before we head out of here. Would you guys agree that the millennial generation that we were all raised in is very different from I think it's Generation Alpha now. I can't even keep up. Or just the newer. I don't even know where we're at right now. But can we agree that some of the things we endured, some of the things we learned, just who we were, certain characteristics, maybe some of these kids don't have. So
1000%.
Right. So maybe they don't interpret the ass beating the way we did, where it was like, okay, cool, let me go back home, really fix who I am as an individual and come back better. Yeah. I think a lot of the new kids now just see it as what we said earlier, a little bit of like abuse. And they don't even want to try to understand like why they're trying to be disciplined right now. You know?
Like I've gotten like, again, I used to be bad. I got left back because I got suspended so much from fighting.
Damn, nigga.
6th grade.
He was one of those?
Yeah, I was bad. But at the same time, like I knew like what kind of like shifted it for me was my dad showed me he had like a look of disappointment when that report card came into the mail.
Felt that.
And I felt that. And he would, whenever I would deserve an ass whooping or discipline, he would discipline me with the belt and all that stuff. Right. And again, I think it just molded me into a better, man, because like we as men and just people, children, we all need, not roadblocks, but we all need like that stop sign in our mind. That's like, all right, we got to be better, like you were saying.
Yeah, you got to make a choice at some point.
For sure.
I will say this though, and we getting out of here for real. I didn't have the discipline of a man. So after I got a little stronger, the whippings my mom was giving me.
That's a good point.
I was just taking them.
But you ain't fake it? Did you fake it or you was like,
I did. Then after a while, I got tired of faking it.
You ever knew the ass whooping was coming? You just put mad clothes on?
I knew. No, I ain't put. I just braced myself.
Yeah. I did that one time. I gave the face like, that ain't even hurt. Yeah. And that was the worst I did.
But I'm glad that you guys got that male discipline because my issue was, as a kid, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't take male authority too well because I didn't have my father in my life. So I got into some fights. I would talk crazy to men or boys my age and things of that nature. And I ain't gonna lie, after a few run-ins, you start realizing what you should and should not say.
He said, hey, this
to
is
another man.
To another man.
You was definitely throwing Franks.
Hella Franks. Suck my dick.
Hella Franks.
Hella Franks. Mad glizzies. Didn't give a fuck. But I truly hope this next generation, because again, we don't want abuse, No, but a little pow.
Yeah.
I just, my whole thing is I'm just hoping that they're taking the pow as reconstructive.
For sure.
And I don't know if this generation is.
And real quick before we get out of here, I don't know if they taking it like that because none of their other friends is getting whooped either. So it's just like we all can relate to each other. Like you see how we all got stories. It was the same when we was younger because we all in the same age demographic. So you go to school the next day like, yo, my mom, my dad. Nobody talking about that in school. Nobody, you the only one that's getting whooped. So in your mind, you're like, this is not normal. I'm getting abused.
Yes.
For sure.
The kids now, your parents might could get arrested. You come to school.
Yeah.
Oh, my daddy beat me. My mommy beat me. Be CPS, Child Protective Services right there the next day.
You're gone.
You're gone.
Yo, a quick story. I know we
last one. Even though we keep saying it.
Nah, we on the road right now. We on the road right now. Speaking of CPS, I called CPS on my parents one time.
Oh, you snitch!
He crashed out.
But the only reason why is because school was telling me, oh, like, you know, you're not supposed to get hit. You're not supposed to get hit.
See, that's not what you're supposed to listen to.
Like what you were saying, like if you don't understand the reasoning as to why this is happening, I didn't know I was being a bad kid. My parents were phenomenal parents. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
But I had other things.
And you're thinking with like a young brain, an underdeveloped brain too. So
that's probably the worst thing I've ever done in my life. Like it hurts my heart saying that because my parents are like phenomenal parents.
Phenomenal parents, but you were too young to really understand it.
Facts.
Yeah. Damn,
P.
Well, we just gonna pray that. Let's pray y'all kids don't call them on us.
Lay it down.
Again, please leave how you feel in the comments as well.
Yeah.
Please comment on the topics we spoke about here today.
Please.
You guys did amazing here today. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a good one.
You guys are good. You good? Got it all out?
Yeah, I think. And
yeah. No, go ahead.
Long story short, with the whole CPS thing, they realized that my parents weren't abusing me. So.
They knew
it was my idea of discipline.
Sorry.
Back home you go. Yo, thank you guys for coming to another installation of We Have More Thoughts. We will be back soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. We love you. We'll be back soon. The gang is signing out. Peace.
Yes, sir. See you guys.
Yeah.